Kia ora students, now it's time for the good part, the actual writing. So remember, you're here if you need some simpler, it's probably not a word, some more simple videos about how to write an essay about the giver. And if you are aiming for merit or excellence, then you should be on over in the other playlist. So we are up to step 5, writing the introduction. Remember, I'm not going to talk about writing an opening quote for this series. If you really want to know about that, head on over to the more advanced playlist and you can just watch the video that explains how to write an opening quote. A reminder that this is our question. And here is the entire essay that I've written. I say I simplified it from another student's essay. What you should do now is either pause it and read it yourself, or listen to me read it, or if you're a repeat watcher, skip on ahead to where I actually start getting into talking about the introduction. The giver follows the story of 12-year-old Jonas as he accepts the challenge of becoming receiver. In Lois Lowry's futuristic novel, Jonas becoming receiver of memory is a key event. Jonas becoming receiver of memory is an important moment as it causes Jonas to grow up, learn about his community, and become different from everyone else. When Jonas becomes the receiver of memories, it is important because we learn that he is different. Lowry writes, for the first time in his 12 years of life, Jonas felt separate, different, when he is selected to be the receiver. Lowry shows that Jonas has always felt like he was part of his community until this turning point. Harry Potter experiences a similar turning point when he is accepted into Hogwarts, except that his experience is the reverse. He has felt separate, different his entire life, and finally finds a sense of community at Hogwarts. Young adult fiction authors like Lowry and Rowling often use life-changing events such as these to emphasize how different the characters in their stories are. This turning point is important because it highlights that Jonas is different. When Jonas becomes the receiver, it is an important turning point because we learn that he is different. It causes Jonas to grow up and helps him to learn about his community. The giver inspires readers to be brave enough to leave your childhood behind as you journey into the unknown, on a quest to discover who you truly are. As you can see, that is a super short essay because I have not written paragraph 2 and 3. It's not necessary for me to do that in order to be able to guide you through sentence by sentence. And also it would make it so tempting for you guys to kind of just not copy exactly, but shadow what I've done in paragraph 2 and 3. So this is an example, it is a simplified example, and you must write 3 paragraphs for your essay. Here is the introduction, if you need to reread that. And here is the introduction broken down into 3 sentences. The first sentence is the context sentence, then the argument sentence, and then the summary. And each of the next slides are going to go into a lot of detail about what those 3 words really mean. So we've got our context sentence. The giver follows the story of 12-year-old Jonas as he takes on an enormous responsibility in his community. 12-year-old Jonas, tell me who this book is about. And takes on an enormous responsibility in his community. Tell me what it is about. The word context really just means the bubble that this book is in. So you can't just launch straight into it assuming that your reader knows what you're talking about. You have to actually pause and say, hey, this is what the story is about, this is who it is about, so that when the reader or the marker are actually engaged with the essay, they have some idea about what you're talking about. You need to ease them into it. So now you should be pausing and writing your own context sentence. Don't look back at mine. See if you can come up with a brief summary of what the giver is about. Really brief, shouldn't be more than a sentence, and that will be the opening sentence of your introduction.